Hey everyone, welcome to my live stream. Yeah, today was meet and greet and get some ideas on how we might, especially for us new video content providers, learning little tips that we might be able to use. Hey, Coin Junkie AG, how are you doing? I'm just contemplating how long or how far I have to go as far as trying to understand how to do editing for uploads to YouTube, because it's been quite a challenge. I'm wondering too how many people have tried to start off with the iMovie that's on you use on your phone, and then you discover that the one that's on your computer is a little bit different. But once you get to learn it, it's significantly better than the one on that you use on your iPhone. And I'm also curious as to any other editors that are out there, whether they might be easier, harder, any suggestions on how to improve the videos to make them uh, more attractive to people to come visit your channel. Coin Junkie, do you how's your channel coming along? With I'm looking at the type of content I have, but also how to understand how to plug in your audio, your visual, all the little bits and pieces to bring it all together. And it's been really a challenge. Got my first one out yesterday. That was not too bad, but I'd like to get some hints if anybody else has any that they might suggest, or trials, tribulations, that sort of thing. Yeah, if anybody else wants to come up and talk, by all means, you're more than welcome. So, what kind of software are you guys using for your videos? Yeah, I just did a video the other day, but I hope will attract some people's attentions because it's rather unique. It's not like any of the ones I've done before. Yeah, I'm the same boat, John. I'm not looking at spending a lot of money, especially at the moment, but I do want to at least get some practice in with the free stuff. Okay, that's the latest one that I've put up. The link for the video, I just put it up there yesterday. Learning how to do a presentation in such a way where people aren't going to fall asleep, but at the same rate, they're going to walk away and get, oh, okay, that's cool. Hey, Coin Junkie.
What's going on, buddy? How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Hello from Ontario.
My home province many, many moons ago.
Really? Where you at now?
Yeah, I spent, well, geez, I left Ontario. Last time I was there was what, 77, July 77.
Yeah, it ain't that long.
Yeah. I got posted out west here with the military, and I've never gone back.
Okay.
So what's hometown for you?
I'm in the GTA.
Okay.
I would go more specific, but on YouTube, I just don't. I'm not a big fan of overly sharing.
Hey, that's cool. Saying that you're in the Toronto area is fine.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm around here, and just trying to get my hands on every penny I can get.
I can understand that. Yeah. I'm originally from Oakville, but I was raised in Windsor.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And ended up out here.
Nice.
And New Brunswick. Angels are wee nursery. I didn't know you were from New Brunswick. I lived in St. John, New Brunswick for a couple of years too.
Oh, very cool.
So, yeah, it's got some pretty country out there, especially around the Heartland area. So, how long have you been doing the content providing here on YouTube?
Geez, I think it's been about 3 years, maybe 2 years, something like that. 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to just highlight some varieties and errors. I don't really do the coin roll hunting thing. To me, it doesn't have the same kick as it does in the U.S. So, I mean, the simple fact is we don't get half dollars. And on top of that, most of the rolls we get from banks are customer wraps. So it's really hard to really authenticate the finds.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, none of us in Canada bother with the bank wrap rolls because you're not going to get silver out of them. But if you're lucky with the customer wrap rolls, if there happens to be a collector dump,
exactly,
you might find things. But truth be known, you eventually get to the point where you have all the commemoratives and whatnot.
Yep.
And then what are you doing? You're looking at searching around at your LCS or buying on eBay or whatever, trying to find those missing pieces.
Yes.
Kind of miss with the COVID thing all going on. I kind of miss our ability to go to things like garage sales and flea markets and stuff like that to try to find those missing gems.
Absolutely, but even for me, I don't do those as much as just banks. I do a lot of bank hopping, and I get really lucky. I mean, I go in and I ask for half dollars, and I from time to time I'll get the odd silver. So I mean, all you have to do is ask. I know most banks say no, but when they say yes, it could be really good for you.
Very, very true. Actually, right here in Edmonton, when I first started here, I've only been collecting now since 2017, so I'm pretty new.
Yep.
But I went into the TD Bank and I asked if they had any coins, older coins that they might be willing to part with. The woman says, "Oh, someone just dropped off this big bag of 50-cent pieces." She brought them out, and I got a full bag, $75 worth of freaking 50 cents.
Wow.
Man, you talk about filling up my bloody album. Boom, done. It was great.
I for those specifically, my biggest haul is probably like $30 worth is in half dollars, nothing silver. And for the most silver that I've acquired, just asking for half dollars or dollars, probably about $17 or $18 face a few months ago.
Nice.
Yeah. So you definitely gotta ask. But I'm not gonna lie, I get turned down a lot. A lot of places say, "No, sir, sorry, we can't hand it out." So no, sorry, we don't have any. And I get it, but it doesn't stop me. I'll ask a million times.
All,
Even if
all,
it's the
they,
same.
all they can do is say no. Big deal.
Exactly, and you move on. I mean, you know how many people get angry that I say I still get pennies at the bank, and they're like, "Oh, you can't get pennies. You can't." Well, yes, you can. You just got to keep asking. I've had one bank tell me no 6 times, and on the seventh, boom, they started giving me pennies. Either they got sick of me asking, or they finally just said, "Whatever, let's give them the pennies."
It works. Yeah. And of course, with our online community, we get to meet a lot of people from bloody everywhere. And got a chap down in Jacksonville, Florida. He's looking for Canadian. And I'm glad he's collecting Canadian. That's great.
Absolutely.
And he says, well, these are the ones that I'm missing in my collection. And I looked at them and I'm going, they're almost all clad. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
So I'm going to wander into my LCS and I'll pick up a whole crap load for him and send him down there. He's been doing the same to me.
Yeah. And who else was it? Who was I talking to? Oh, I don't recall right now. Never mind. But yeah, so that's what I do. I mean, and I get it. It's not everybody gets that luck. Not everybody gets the yeses. And honestly, I get way more no's than I do yeses. But it just doesn't deter me. You just got to keep going.
Shoot for the nose, and someone's going to ruin it by saying yes. That's all.
Exactly. And all you do is you're polite about it. No problem. I understand you're doing your job, and I appreciate your help. Have a wonderful day.
That's it. And Angels Are We Nursery. Yeah, I lived right down from the Alpine Brewery, so I wasn't far from where you were living. I used to look out my back window and I could see that stinky old pulp mill across the Reversing Falls. So I know exactly where you're at.
Mm-hmm. So do you do any varieties and errors, or are you just mostly?
You know what? I'm not a big one on errors, even though I do get some. I do a grab bag swap. We don't actually pay for them. It's in a Discord server with Silverpicker. What we do is, all right, this month we're going to do a $100 grab bag. You have to have $100 US worth of coins in there, an oddity, and at least one piece of silver. Well, Lord Lipton, this is the best thing I've ever done in my life. Yeah. Honest to God. The last one I got, I opened up, and first off, there is a 1945 Canadian silver dollar sitting in that thing. It's a $100 grab.
Nice.
And it was AU condition.
Yeah,
so I looked it up. It's like over $300 for this coin.
Sure.
So then I look and I said, what the heck is this? And I looked at I'm going, well, I'm not a golfer, but I know what a golf tee looks like.
Yep.
And I got it stuck in my little stack box. Here we go. I found this.
Okay.
It's 0.999 silver.
Oh, sweet.
Holy crap. That's worth a few bucks.
Sure. What is that? About an ounce or so?
Just under.
Just under, right? That's still pretty
you know what? For a $100 grab bag, by the time I figured out with all the other coins, it was it was over $400.
My goodness.
And that's what they do with this thing. So forget freaking eBay and the grab bags you buy there. Friggin' get in with a small group of collectors and get to know one another. And it's shocking to see the stuff that you can get.
Well, that seems to be the theme in YouTube. And you know what? It's nice because it's quick to weed out the people that aren't real participators within the theme of sharing and giving back and forth. So you know what? It's a relatively safe environment, and there's a lot of really kind human beings. There really are.
Yeah, just kind of like this character. Where are we here? That character right over there, Dimebag Darren Lowe. He's quite the character. I just love hanging out with him.
Yeah, he does some awesome. What is it? The duck races.
Yeah, the duck races are cool.
Yeah, and his commentary, you know what I mean? It matches the duck races. It's fun as well.
Yeah. Hey, Muscle Shell.
It's funny though. After he started showing those duck races, I believe a whole bunch of channels all of a sudden started racing.
Well, you know what? It's nice because we needed a little bit of variety. I mean,
Sure.
the Wheel of Agony and all those ones, and I played all those ones. They're okay,
Yeah, yeah.
but the duck race is a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
The other one that is absolutely a blast, and it happens every Tuesday and Thursday at I can say about 1:15 daylight savings time.
Uh-huh.
So you can figure that out. It's a few hours later for you. Um, it's called Battle Chat on Coin World UK.
Okay.
That is so much fun, even though it taxes your brain. But what it is, it's a trivia game,
Yes, sir.
and it's based on the old Battleship game.
Yep.
And you have a board for ammo and a board for shooting ships. And
Yes,
he's put 10 ships on, 5 red, 5 gray. The red ones, if you sink them, you don't get a prize. But if you sink a gray one, you win a coin. Oh, Bella's dad, AK, Phil.
Oh, Mr. Phil, yes.
So I've been kind of co-hosting that with Dale over at Coin World UK every Tuesday and Thursday. It is
Nice.
absolute riot, and you would not believe how much money you can win.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah.
No, that sounds like fun for sure. But there's so many good channels. It's hard to get around to them all, right?
Yeah, and you try not to as a content provider, you try not to overlap on their time because
There's very little.
I like wandering through the internet and finding all the guys and getting involved.
You know what? That's a tough one. And personally, I mean, some people might hate me for saying this, but nobody owns those specific times. I get it. You're
It's
used
true.
to having it. You're used to being there. A lot of people understand that that's a very, popular time for you to be on. But the truth of the matter is anybody can go on. And sometimes it's the same time that works best for you. And I mean, as long as you're not bad mouthing or putting down the other channel. And I've noticed that a few channels will overlap, but they'll instantly promote those other channels that are being on and say, hey guys, if you want to jump over there, go right ahead. And that's what it's all about. Just share the love and it should work out just fine.
Prepare with a cheat code. Yeah, okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's just you have such a wide variety that hey, that's the joy of this.
So what are you missing for Canadian pennies, or what do you got going on with your collection?
Oh my gosh, my pennies! I the only one I'm missing is the .36. I don't think you can get that one for me.
I think there's only 3 or 4 known.
Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, I'm not going to spend $250,000 for a freaking penny. Thank you.
I mean, I got 36s. If you want, I'm sure I can put like a little dot on it for you.
I got my pennies. Pennies are complete.
Yeah, nice.
I'm into the fish scales for the the nickels and the dimes. Again, the older ones I need. The quarters. I'm still missing a lot of the older ones. Jeez, I might as well pull them down so I can see them without guessing. It's always the older ones.
If you ever get a chance, go to the CPMX, and they have a coin and currency section.
Right.
They sell those fish scales for what I believe looks like a relatively good price, and you can select by grade. And I think you'd be surprised with some of the pricing. Now, mind you, I've never actually ordered any from them, but it might be worth a look if you're into the fish scales. And it's here in Richmond Hill. It's a precious metal and coin dealer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And the reason I mentioned that is because I've noticed that, man, people are paying up for, let's say, a 1919 fish scale. But if you go and check out this website I'm telling you about, you'll see that they sell it themselves for only a few dollars, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, definitely something worth checking out if you want to save a few bucks.
Yeah, let's get that straight away. There's where I'm at with my nickels. You can see.
Nice.
Get a fair amount of them. Missing a couple. I think it's the 19. I need a 1903.
From here, those look real nice.
Yeah, and then of course you get into the older ones. It's pretty damn empty. I got a few things in there.
Yeah. No, most of mine are the 1919s, 1917. I think I have one 1898 or 1889. One of those 2 dates. I can't remember. whatever a common date for that year is. And what else? Yeah, not a whole lot as far as the fish skills. I got a couple of the Newfoundlanders, a couple of the $half pieces, a couple of 20-cent pieces. I got a few of the old shin plasters. Those are cool.
Yeah, yeah. I collect. I've got one of each sample of the shin plasters, which turned out pretty good.
Yeah,
And
me too. I got all the signatures as well.
oh, awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I got the Courtney Saunders and Broville, I think it is. And I have the 1900 and the 1923 editions or series.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Mm.
I always figured, they're not making it anymore. Got to pass something down to the kids, even if it's. I mean, it does have a little bit of value, but even if it's not worth a whole lot, I'd like the. Just I don't know that there's something about looking at a 25-cent bill that looks very antique, very not right and different.
I think one of my buddies that's over in Wales, he just picked up a 1912 coin, and it was pretty well worn. And he said it better than I ever could. He says, "Look at this coin. It's worn. You can still see the date, but it's 1912. And who knows? That could have been used for some guy that was just about ready to board the Titanic to buy his last beer before he took off. You
Oh
don't
yeah.
like the history on these things are amazing.
Oh yeah. Have
Yeah.
no idea how much passing around or how many stories or
Oh,
what kind of transactions.
tons. So that's the neatest part. And the other thing too is when you're talking about passing the stuff on to your family, it's one of the things I've got my hackles up when it comes to my kids, my grandkids, and great grandkids. I says, who's showing an interest? Because
Sure.
I do not want to leave my collection to somebody that's just going to say, "Wow, I'm rich now. I'm going to sell it all," and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I'd like kept in the family myself if they can afford it.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. I mean, that's how we get those bank scores from time to time because people just don't look at it the same way we do, and they'll just dump it.
I
They'll
know.
cash it in and not even really cash in the full effect and effort of your collection.
Hmm.
That's why sometimes I feel bad. I was on a stream, when was it, the other day or this morning? I can't remember. But I was talking to the boys and I said, listen, I had a little dump and I felt so bad. I actually went back to the bank and said, hey, listen, guys, I can't really walk away with this and feel good about it. I mean, somebody literally must have passed away and they didn't know, the family didn't know what they had and they just brought it into the bank. There's like good money here. They're like, well, it's your luck. And unfortunately, we can't find out who brought this in. So there's nothing we can do. So I was like, I mean, great for me, but I felt horrible. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of had like butterflies in my stomach for like a couple of weeks. I felt like a crook.
Hmm. Well,
But
I would feel bad that way if I were, say, going into a garage sale and someone was just basically giving you the stuff away. I
yeah,
would please say, hey, hold on a second here. I'll give you
sure.
a fair price for this because
Yeah,
you don't know what you have, you know.
yeah,
But yeah, it's sad when you walk in and you see the stuff that's already been dumped. You go, oh man, someone was desperate for money and they didn't know.
yeah. It's really really insane. I mean, it's not even just with precious metals. I went to the bank once and asked for quarters to hunt, and when I opened my box, there's four rolls toppled over that were noticeably longer and like extra filled with quarters. You can tell there's way more than that should have been in there. I walked away with like an extra $30 out of a box of quarters because somebody had overfilled a bunch of rolls.
Ooh,
So yeah, it's super crazy.
wow.
I'm trying to find some of these shin plasters I was going to try to show you. I actually have one that's, I don't know if it's considered an error, but it's like a miscut. So you see part of a second sheet. Let's see if I can show you. Camera, back, done. Go back here. Let's see if this works over here.
That, especially with us Canadians, if I get anybody on here that is looking for something, oh, that's in nice shape. That's a beauty.
Yeah, and you can see the bottom of a second bill at the
Yeah,
top.
that's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a few others too, not so nice condition. But yeah, this one is superb.
I can't get over the artwork on them. You take a look,
Right?
and it's just beautiful.
It's kind of like what happened to money. It used to look great.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. It used to really look nice. I don't know. So that's some of the bills we're getting today are okay, but it's just you can tell the stuff was hand done. It's just like an art. There's a real artist at work.
Yeah, it's almost as if you can notice that the artwork doesn't have the same pride it once did.
Yeah, well, it's almost like, well, a lot of the stuff is done on computers and stuff now, and it's it's very professional. It's clean looking, but you can tell it's just like it
Here's
doesn't have the artist's soul into the
sure.
artwork, if you know what I mean.
1 second. Let me see if I can show you this guy right here. This is one of the other signatures that I have.
Oh man, that's in beautiful shape.
Oh yeah, look. Yeah. And this one I'm gonna show, but I have no idea. Like I have no real information about it. I know I scored it at
Oh,
an auction once upon a time. Yeah, it's a beauty, and I think this is like one of the best bills that I have in my collection. I just don't really have any info. I've never really looked into it. Just got lucky, and here it is. You know what I mean? So, just a beautiful, beautiful bill. Like that's money, right? Like look at that. Look,
yeah.
I mean, just wow, the presence,
I can almost hear the log drivers waltz in behind my ear here. Like, holy cow, that is gorgeous.
right? So yeah, there's a few of my goodies. So I'm trying.
Well, that's all we do, a little bit at a time, and eventually you can get your collection to where you want it. I'm actually the reason why I started to look at collecting U.S. and British currency is that I'm now at the stage where most of the Canadian stuff are all key dates.
Gotcha.
And bloody hell, like, what do I do? Do I build a U.S. collection, which I've been doing?
Yeah.
Or do I spend $3,000 on the coin that I need to put in that bloody slot in my album? Holy cow! That's why when I got that dollar the other day, I almost fell off my seat.
Oh man. Yeah, see, I'm into US for the varieties. I mean, they have just so many varieties. It's nice to be able to hunt coins and find RPMs, DDOs, DDRs. You know what I mean? Just a little bit of everything. Die clashes. You just name it. It's just
Not to,
that's
men-
my thing.
not to mention all the bloody mints they've got.
Oh yeah.
I mean, holy cow! Well, I was in Red Deer, Alberta, a week and a half ago, and as I was loading up my van, I looked and there's a little coin shop. And I said, "Ooh, buddy that was driving." I said, "You don't mind if I run down there because I'll check this out." So I ran downstairs and I went up to the case and I almost flew through his case that he had his coins in.
Mm-hmm.
There is a freaking Carson City Morgan sitting there.
Oh wow.
And I said, "Well, that looks very nice."
Heck yeah, that'd be nice.
So he wanted 140 Canadian for it, and I bought it.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh man. Nice. I definitely don't have a CC yet. I got a couple of nice ones. I got a 1885 NGC MS65, and I got a 1897, which I bought at the time just as a Morgan, but when I got it and looked into it, it turned out to be a VAM number 7. So very cool. Like I said, I'm into varieties, and that really did it for me.
Cool. And
Canadian stuff, it's hard because I mean it's a small list, but and they're hard to come by for sure.
1977 Gold Jubilee $20 coin. Gee, wonder how much you want for that, Darren.
I don't think I have any Canadian gold or anything like that. Jeez, that would be nice.
I did until last September. My wife says, we don't have enough for Christmas. Okay. So she
That's the way it goes.
sold her 1 ounce gold maple leaf for, I think it was just under $1,500. Oh gosh, if she only would have held on to it a little longer.
Yeah. It's kind of like the silver right now. What to do? Do we hold on? Is it going to go any further? Will it retract? You know, there's a lot of stories, but we don't know.
Mm-hmm. One of the things
I'm hopeful, though. I am hopeful, though.
Well, we all are. Where was I?
Sorry, I interrupted a lot of.
No worry. I'm old, so I tend to forget what I was about to say. But oh yeah, I started getting into buying these Utah Goldback.
Okay.
And they had an outfit called UPMA down in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And I would automatically every month I would send these guys money, and they would set aside X amount of Goldback and silver. I was actually buying American Silver Eagles from these guys too, and they vaulted them for me, so it was accumulating. And so I decided, all right, I want my silver here instead of the vault. Well, first off, they come back and says, we can't send the silver across the border. Says, what?
Nice.
They refuse to send the silver across the border. I says,
wow.
Well, then how do I get my silver? He says, you don't. You can either convert it to Goldbacks and we'll send them to you, or we can write you a check.
Oh my goodness.
So I said, this isn't working very well. So I said, tell you what, I have Goldbacks there. You send me the Goldbacks you have, and you write me the check for the remainder.
Yeah. So
I in the mail, I get, I think I've got $1,800 in
Goldbacks.
No, for the silver.
Oh. Okay.
And I ended up with 57 Goldbacks
of
various denominations.
Yeah.
Now, Goldbacks are supposed to be, they're not supposed to be for collecting, even though us guys, we do collect a few of them.
Sure.
They're supposed to be for bartering. I mean, that is recoverable gold. It's a real thing. Went into my LCS and he goes, that's just a novelty. We don't accept those things here. Shit. So he says, why don't you try to sell it online? And I said, okay, I'll try that. So I went into my Discord server and I posted, I got 57. I figured out what the value at that time was for one Goldback.
Sure.
I says, I got 57 Goldbacks here. Who's willing to trade me 7 American Silver Eagles for the Goldbacks? 20, no word of a lie, 20 seconds later, boom, I'll take them.
Really?
Just like that. So I sent them off, and of course, it takes freaking weeks for stuff to come up.
Yeah.
And I got my 7 American Silver Eagles. Now freaking do my little...
Well, at least it worked out. You know what I mean? I mean, even though the LCS was a little bit difficult, I mean, yeah. Very nice.
Tucked away. No, I don't have a big stack, but there for a rainy day.
Oh, absolutely, man. I was doing most of my stacking, and not that it was major, but I got lucky. When silver had dropped a while ago to $13 and $14, I ran to that coin shop that I told you about, and I got whatever I could.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, that's why right now I sit nice. I wait. If it goes a little bit higher, maybe liquidate a little bit. If it goes a little bit higher, do a little bit more, and then just be happy with whatever I end up with, right? Because it's probably not going to last forever.
Mm-hmm. Very true. So I'm just about ready for this whole pandemic thing to end.
I think the whole world is, but we got to do it in a safe and organized manner.
True. I'm just missing the coin shows. I missed two. We have, believe it or not, Edmonton has the largest coin show in Canada. A lot of don't know that.
No,
Edmonton Numismatics Society actually hosts the thing.
that's pretty cool.
Absolutely fat. I'm part of it. It's great to volunteer because they always pay you in silver to volunteer. I love it.
Nice.
So
The way it
that's
should be.
that's yeah, no kidding. And
With
so that's
real money.
2 shows so far they've canceled. So I'm hoping this next one that comes up will be it'll be in November.
Man, I wish coin collecting was like in the U.S., but it's nothing like it. We don't have the coin shops they do. We don't have. I don't know if we have the Canadian interest, or we do have the interest, but we just don't have the numbers. Uh, Man, it's just it seems to be very different business in the U.S.
You're right. It is a lot different. It's even though that there's and
I
I'm
kind of
gonna
feel like I'm missing out.
I'm gonna go back a year and a half. So before the frickin' plague hit us, when we used to have our society meetings every month, there would be anywhere between 60 and 100 guys and gals in this one room.
Yeah.
But the first thing to notice now, I'm almost 68 here, so I'm sitting in the room, and I felt like one of the younger guys.
Really?
Age, there's virtually nobody that's getting into numismatics that's younger at that time.
Sure.
But what I'm seeing online, because everybody's stuck at home,
Mm-hmm.
a huge number of younger people are getting involved.
Really?
And I'm hoping that carries over after this whole thing's over.
Yes,
And
sir.
when the shows kick off, boom, I'm hoping that we see lots of people, younger people involved in the hobby.
It would be nice, and you know what? Like I said, coins are awesome. History is awesome. When you start to see what this coin community can do, not just this one, but I guess any coin community on YouTube, because I jump around and I see all the different little groups. Man, it's just a positive vibe overall. That it's a huge
Mhm.
thing, and I think it's a great place for just anybody to just come and hang out. Even if you're not into coins, I've seen people show up from like hunting channels, from do-it-yourself channels, and just hey, how's it going? Oh, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that is very true. A lot of them were crossovers. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of people that are into metal detecting it's so close.
Sure.
We're constantly going back and forth, which is wonderful.
Yeah, it really is. And like I said, it's always not always, but I mean for the most part, it's a very positive atmosphere.
Hmm. Yeah, it very much is.
But
Yeah,
very cool.
this is quiet as Darren has ever been, unless he's hiding on us here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got some real characters that are in the community. It's be cool to get to feel them up here.
Well, one of the reasons I popped on and hi and pleasure to meet you. But you know what? Because the Canadian like scene is so small, I try to get out there. I try to kind of meet other Canadians. I want to see if it can kind of get something going, right?
Hmm. Yeah, I fully agree with you. It's
So it's always nice to
we
just
don't,
pop in, say hello, and pleasure to meet you.
it's kind of like priming the pump to get the water flowing. You got to get in there and do it, or it'll stagnate and it'll die. You have to
That's it.
encourage it, right?
Absolutely, I think so. And the
So,
promise is what you see going on in the U.S. I mean, it's beautiful.
yeah,
They got people coming in from Australia, UK. I mean, it's becoming a bit of an international thing, right?
one of the interesting things though that I've noticed with the comments, especially from the Americans, is that they love our coinage.
Yeah, I'm honestly super surprised and slightly ashamed of myself because they seem to like them a lot more than I do.
I
I'll be
guess we've been
perfectly
around it
honest.
too much.
It's the honest truth. Like I don't search for the painted coins. I don't search for anything like that. I might look for like the low mintage stuff, like a 91 quarter or silver or anything along those lines. But just my sort of collecting does not have any interest for those specific series. I suppose, like putting series together.
Mhm.
But over there, oh, they love it. They see those painted toonies and loonies and Big fans of those. Yep,
Oh,
for sure.
they go crazy. I found it buried. I go on his stream. I'm like, wow. As a Canadian, I'm going, really? I don't want any of those. Like, oh, you're all excited. You found one that glows in the dark. I got a couple of those. You want one?
Oh,
Anyway,
the Toonie, the Borealis one, yeah.
Okay, fine. But
Well, and that's kind of how I feel about it. But I mean, hey, people collect what they like, right? And to each their own.
my joy is actually mint products. I mean, besides the regular coinage, I like collecting any coin with a military theme.
Nice, nice.
And
What
and
makes sense?
Canada has put out so much nice stuff. Oh my lord! So I do displays.
Yeah, for sure. I can see your display behind you. Very nice.
Oh, that's one. That's just one of them. I got a couple more over there. That's
Very
just
cool.
a generic one. But yeah, it's my joy. I mean, my
Yep.
wife was kind enough to give me a space. I stay out of her hair. We've been married
That's it.
37 years, so I better stay out of her hair.
It's funny how you said she gave me my space.
She's got her space too. She's got a loft with all her computer stuff laid out. She does her own thing, and
Yeah.
she's not big on YouTubing, but she's really big on hanging out with her family in the UK. So
For sure.
that's great. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Once in a while, we get together, have dinner. As long as I had to put a lot. This is a Reader's Digest version. She didn't when I first got into the hobby. She didn't understand the difference between face value and numismatic value.
Gotcha.
And she was a smoker, and she saw one of my books, and she goes, "Those are just toonies. I'll take a few of those so I can get couple packs of smoke."
Oh boy.
It cost me $300 to replace them.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm sure she felt horrible. She didn't
Oh,
know.
she did. I actually took her to the coin store, and I had some silver dollars, and I said, "Okay, honey, here's $4 silver. How much do you think they're worth?" And she says, "Oh, they're $4." I said,
No.
"Oh, watch," and I sold them in front of her.
80
Oh,
bucks, 100
mackerel!
bucks.
She doesn't touch anything anymore, which is great.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, it happens. I'm sure it really frustrated you, but it's such an innocent mistake. It's like, oh, what do you do? You know what I mean? God bless, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, what is the premise of your channel? What is it just general chat? Do you have training? Do you have games? What do you do on yours?
No, I was hoping to highlight the few varieties that we have within the Canadian coinage, right, and even some of the U.S. ones. I just kind of wanted to showcase my finds and help others to hopefully make finds themselves, right? Because knowledge is power. So the more you know, if somebody can show you an example of what you're looking for and can show you half decent pictures, or even maybe my own interpretation of an explanation that may be under that you get a little bit easier through me versus somebody else. Not that I'm the most articulate person in the world, but sometimes you just click with certain people, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
And
true.
that's really it. And I'm taking baby steps. I'm in zero rush. I believe in organic growth. I don't want to just kind of just hit it and run with it and just see where it goes. No, I want to get to know people. I'm hoping this lasts for a long time. I'm going to take my time, do things right, and not only gain the trust of people, but hold on to it, right? And hopefully never let go of it.
Good. Good. Well, if you keep up that attitude, you'll be a long timer in this hobby.
Well, like I said, one of the things I love about the coin community is they're very quick to weed out the troublemakers. So
Mm-hmm.
I think as long as I keep my A game and keep my best foot forward, that's all a person can ever do, right? If it doesn't work after that, it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, if you ever have any ones that you're looking for that are particularly hard, the other thing too is you can put out the feelers, and other people can say, "Oh, I either have an extra one in my collection, or I know where you might be able to get a hold of it." That comes in handy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I have a few people trying to hunt down those pointed fives and a couple of those 2006 no P, no logo magnetics, and it's hard to let go.
Yeah, that's for sure. My
But
goodness.
we'll see what happens. I mean, I might even do the auction thing one day. But once again, that has a lot to do with trust. People gotta know that you know what you're talking about. That the product that you have is what it's what you're saying it is. So that's why I don't want to rush into anything. I want to do my due diligence, and once I feel confident enough that I can sell a product and know exactly what it is and how to sell it with confidence, that I'm not ripping anybody off,
Mm.
then you move forward.
Funny you mentioned auctions. There's 4 or 5 of us that get together every so often, and we'll watch some of the online auctions that go on, and not to actually bid on anything, but to watch how crazy some of them get.
Oh
And
my goodness.
we find it hysterical to see what some of these people are paying for some of these coins.
It's one of the reasons I mentioned that coin place to you, because I don't know if you were doing the same as some of these other YouTubers, but I seen some big dollars being spent on some of these fish gills or even OBW rolls. And I'm like, wow, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I mean, you're allowed to do whatever you want with your money. I'm nobody to tell you what to do. We're all grown ups and, you know, make your own decisions. But I mean, if you're paying 3 or 4 times what it normally goes for, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe I'm too cheap of a person. I'm too frugal. I don't know, but that idea right there doesn't compute with me.
I don't think it's so much, being frugal. What it is just being smart. I mean, if especially with the online auction, the best thing you do, we can open up multiple screens. Open up, even if you have to, open up on eBay and look at the sold items, what they went for.
Exactly.
At least get an idea, some idea how much the actual value of that coin is. And if they're going 50 or 100% higher than what it should be, don't get involved. Don't, do not put a bid in.
Well, one example I was giving the boys in that panel that I was a part of in the last day or so was I bought a bunch of proof sets because I want to hunt a specific variety and error. Well, half the time, I swear to you, I see people paying upwards of $20 a proof set, and I'm here to tell you, I paid no more than $5 a pop, and I scored like 15 of them. So there's obviously a disconnect somewhere, and I kind of feel like the next eBay is YouTube, and it's getting a little bit worse, and it got a lot of steam, and it's unfortunate because there's a lot of good stuff out there, and it's just you get priced out. It just doesn't make sense to make a bid or try to purchase it.
True. That's very true.
And then once it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense, right? No matter how nice it is or whatever, it's just, if it's not worth it, it's not worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to be smart about it.
But like I said, they can spend their money, they can do whatever. I mean, obviously they see the value that I don't, and maybe I'm wrong, right? That's the other flip side of the story. So, I mean, I could be totally wrong about my interpretation of value, and I can totally accept that. You know what I mean? I'm by no means some sort of coin guru. Uh, I'm probably closer to a weekend warrior coin collector. You know what I mean?
Weekend warrior. I haven't heard that since I was in the reserves.
Well, it doesn't really apply to this, but you know what I mean? I couldn't think of anything else.
Gosh.
We usually save that for when we're out boating and fishing and these guys zoom by you, you know what I mean? And you're trying to fish with your kid, you know what I mean? Oh, there goes a weekend warrior, you know?
Oh, we got Darren. How you doing, Darren?
Ready? Can you hear
Hey, hey.
me?
We can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Good to know it's working. Well, there'll be no trade. The guy who has the motorcycle isn't interested in gold. He thinks his motorcycle is better than gold.
Oh boy.
Oh well.
What kind of motorcycle were you looking at?
Well, let me just get the details here. Might as well spec it out here for you. I'm looking at a 2006 Kawasaki Concourse ZG1000
Oh,
with 38,750 miles. It's a sport type bike.
Mm.
oh.
He wants $3,000.
Gotcha.
My wife gave me permission to go out and get myself a trike, so I went out to the trike zone and and that was, I think that was a mistake because the one I wanted was $35,000. This
My
is,
goodness.
I don't even have kids to mortgage off anymore, so this is not. That's I'm not that desperate to ride a bike. And I can't ride a standard motorcycle with my back, so.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm concerned I won't be able to ride in the future too. So I'm kind of hoping to get back on it one more time. I got a bunch of friends right now, so if I could just get one, could get out there again for one more time around.
Mhm.
But all I really have to liquidate is a certain amount of treasures, and that gold piece is one of them, and it's eBaying right now for between 2,000 and 2,200.
Wow.
So that would get me most of the way there.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck, my man.
Yeah, well, I don't have it out there. I offered it to this fellow. He's not interested in gold, like I said. He's
Mm-hmm.
well, if it's worth that much, why don't you just sell it on eBay and then bring me the cash? Yeah, I know that's an option. I just thought a lot of people are into gold these days, so
Sure.
I'd much rather just hand gold over to you.
Sure.
But okay,
Makes it easier
whatever.
for you.
Well, if you run into that person who's like, gold, I love gold, and that's it, right? The deal's done. Nobody offering gold.
Life is easy.
Well, you can
Well,
only go.
if you were to get this bike, what would you do with it? I mean, is there any trips you'd like to go?
Oh, well, there's lots of friends that are local that do, weekend and afternoon trips and stuff like that. So I'd start there. My longest
Cool.
ride was from Vancouver to Edmonton and back.
Oh wow.
I enjoyed the hell out of that. I would do that again in
Yeah.
a moment. And
Yeah,
this
I'm a
bike
chicken shit.
capable.
I went on a bike once and it scared the crap out of me. I don't think I ever want to go back on.
Were you a passenger or the driver?
No passenger.
Well, I knew that right away. I already knew that because you didn't have
Yeah.
control, and you had a discourteous
And
driver.
it was my father-in-law, and he was he has a 2002 Road King, Harley Davidson, and man, he's a great driver. He's been driving his whole life. It's just I don't know.
Right.
It's
So
just,
So it was nothing for him, but then he decided to show you how cool it was,
I
and for
guess.
you it was a big deal. Yeah, no, he put you off
Oh
motorcycle
god.
riding doing that.
Yeah, that was
Too bad.
wow. Especially when you go off a bump and then your butt leaves the seat. It's like, yeah, this is slightly scary. Hey,
It's
but
nowhere near the same issue if you're holding on to the bars.
yeah. But at least you hold on to the tank with your thighs, or you got the bars to hold on to. I'm holding on to his jacket.
Yeah, no, that's not fun at all. That's scary no matter how you look at it.
But no, I mean, I got younger cousins that they bike and all that. It's just to each their own. I'd rather go jump out of a plane with a parachute, to be honest, than ride a bike. That makes no sense, but I'd rather.
Fair enough. Absolutely.
I think last time I rode a bike was 1968. Does that date me or what?
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. So, you've got quite an extensive setup in your area for doing content. What kind of programs do you use?
Well, it's expensive, but it's not expensive. That's for sure. Which programs do I use? I use Voice Meter Banana to handle the audio.
Hey,
I
Marshall.
use OBS to handle the video. I use DroidCam OBS for all my cameras that are actually cell phones. I didn't get this out right now. I'm going to get it out right now. This is so cool. This is the latest thing. I added that Droid Cam and I bought the software so that I could like get all the pro features unlocked. Then I
Right.
came across this software here. It's called Stream Control. It works with OBS, the OBS program, and if there's such a thing as called a Stream Deck, and that's what this turns any tablet into. And now I'll show it to you. You see all these buttons that are across here?
Mm-hmm.
They have a direct effect to the show here. Like, for example, let me just.
Oh, they'll switch cameras,
Oh yeah.
backgrounds.
So you go to opening. It says opening now, and oh, I see. Sorry, I didn't. There's another button to press. Let me just disable studio mode here. Okay, so where's the camera? Okay.
So those are all commands?
Now you can see here I'm holding it, right?
Oh, that's seriously cool.
I hit the me button. I hit the me. I'm holding it. I hit the
Cool.
see it all button. It says see it all right on here. I hit the opening button. You guys get that. I hit the overhead button.
Nice.
The overhead didn't come up. Why not?
Gosh, it's like watching someone on the bridge of the Enterprise.
You fancy, huh?
Back to opening. I don't know why the overhead camera's dead. That's right. I'm waiting for it to charge up. Yeah, and now this stream control program is just on a normal everyday tablet. It could be on your phone or anything like that, and it costs like $5 or $6. The program for the cameras cost $8. Oh, $8 for the Droid Cam OBS, and this program actually, when I got to the part where you could pay for it, it would allow you to pay like $1.99 or $4.99 or $6.99 or $12.99. It didn't matter how much you paid; you got the same thing. It was just a matter of how how you wanted to be with it. So I gave him like $4.99 for it, and it is wicked. Like I tap on this screen and shit changes, and it is awesome. Like that's
Very cool.
awesome. It's freaking awesome. And it's exactly the same as the Elgato Stream Deck. That's a physical device you can buy. That is this. That's what this is copying. So you check out the Stream Deck and you can see what you're getting for like just dollars, right? Just pennies. It's freaking awesome.
Very cool.
This is the best thing. If you got to use OBS to run it, and you can use OBS or Streamlabs OBS, which you want, but
I've got OBS on mine, but I've only used it for my my coin microscope.
Yeah.
Whereas I use it because you, as soon as you've got Droid Cam OBS loaded, then you can make any of your old phones into cameras, which is what I've done, right? It's all old phones, except for this one. That's just a cheap $20 webcam from Amazon.
Cool.
Because I had to fit it between the one thing when you get cameras, and you want to be able to look straight at the camera at the same time you're looking straight at the people. So you want one camera to be like dead in front of you, ideally, right?
Right.
So, see it all, execute transition, and then see it all. Disable studio mode, see it all. All right. So there's this one camera that's right here. That's the one you see when you're looking right at me. So it gives you that perspective. You want that. If I was smarter, I would have put a little bit of space between my two monitors here and put the camera more in the middle of them. But the camera came after the monitor. The monitors got stacked here in the middle. So they're on a single stand. So
I haven't gotten this excited about anything since ham radio.
This is the new ham radio. This
It
is
is
the new ham radio. It goes around the world. You get your own channel. You can broadcast whenever you like, and there's nothing in the world that can stop you. And you don't need StreamYards. I mean, we use StreamYards, and it's great. We quite like it. But you can use OBS, go straight into YouTube, and you have no limits as to time. You know how StreamYards gives you the 20 hours for free? Well, if you go OBS into YouTube, there is no longer any time limit. Now, you can't, you have to employ other software, if you want to do a group like we're doing now, that's where StreamYards is awesome for getting a group of people together. You can't beat it. But if you're just going to do a stream yourself and you don't intend to have people up on the panel, then you should just stream straight from OBS straight into YouTube. You just put the key in and away you go. But yeah, if you, like I say, programs wise, I mean, you look at the deck of the Enterprise here. I keep saying that these are all monitors that were available or are available on eBay or Craigslist for inexpensive amounts. They don't have to be anything fancy. My bigger ones turn sideways because I don't have enough desk to turn them the other way. And it turns out they work out really nicely in this, configuration. But nothing expensive is going on here. The monitors, yeah, you gotta, buy them for $50 or $100 a piece as you go. The video card that runs them is a piece of shit GTX 660 that no kid would ever want in their gaming machine. And the computer that's running it is a 10-year-old piece of junk as well. I'd love to have a new computer. I don't have anything new going on here. It's just a big pile of old stuff that looks good. And stuff like this that's friggin' awesome for just a few dollars. I am the low budget streamer, no matter how it actually looks.
And how user friendly is it for a person who's not very computer savvy?
Probably not so, because I am computer savvy and I can't have a hard time looking at it from a different point of view. But I know when I bring it to people who aren't computer savvy, they look at me like an idiot. So I guess it takes a certain amount of savvy.
Gotcha. So it takes some doing.
It doesn't strike me like it takes a lot, and more it takes interest than savvy, honestly.
Gotcha.
If you have the interest, you can get through it by learning it all one little tiny chunklet at a time.
Yes, sir. Makes sense.
But I love it.
I spent 8 hours yesterday playing around with iMovie.
There you go.
I discovered that the iMovie that's on your computer is way better than the one on your phone. It's just getting to know what does what. And
so you have Apple phones? Apple
I have Apple.
Yeah, Apple's really known for how well it does that kind of work too. So you've got a top-notch route to go there. One of the things I did was took down this microphone because I don't want people to think of it as an impediment to going online, or going live. Like you need some kind of equipment like this. And what I did was in place of it, I just put your standard everyday microphone. I just taped it up with some rubber bands, and that's the $100 microphone that there's a $38 equivalent of that sounds almost exactly as good. And that's all you would need to spend $38 to get the microphone that I'm using right now. I don't want people to see, $600 microphone and go, well, yeah, he sounds good because he has a look at that $600 microphone. You don't need any of it. You don't need any of that. None of it. If you buy a microphone that's got the USB output, you don't even need an interface like an audio interface. But if you do want to go more professional and have an audio interface from the beginning, the ones to look at are made by the company called Audient, AUDIENT, and they're called Evo. There's an Audio Evo 4 and an Evo 8. The Evo 4 will get you 2 microphones, and the 8 gets you 4 microphones, and they are awesome. They're clean, clear. They automatically the levels, which is the hardest thing noobs mess up, the level input levels for their microphone. So this thing automatically sets that up so you can't go wrong. So if you want to get a professional plug-in microphone with the round plug, the XLR plug, then the Audient Evo 4 or Evo 8. I can't think of why you would need an Evo 8 unless you were going to do podcasting. And if you're going to do podcasting, then there are other microphone setups that you should really consider. But for yourself, that's right. Those are my recommendations currently. Audient interface, Behringer XM 8500 microphone, and that's it for audio.
Very cool.
The mixer board that I use, there's the Voicemeeter, VOICEMEETER, and they make 3 different flavors of the software that they make. They make the basic Voicemeeter, which literally is all you really need. They make a more complicated one they call Voicemeeter Banana. Don't let the name throw you. It has no relevance. It's just something to call the software. And then there's Voicemeeter Potato, Potatoes like a big multi-track mixing board. Banana's like a little desktop small mixing board that you would want for yourself. And the basic voice meter is just like a one slider, super basic kind of mixing board, which in most cases will do the job. But these softwares are free and work 100%. And they every now and then a little thing comes up asking you to send them a few dollars. So, once you're making money or you feel so inclined, send them a couple bucks, but it doesn't change the way this particular piece of software works at all. So you can get started and use that software, get used to it, see if it actually works for you, and then, take it from there. So Voice Meter Banana would be the one to use.
Ooh.
Yeah, so video, you got to get used to OBS. Whether you're feeding it into StreamYards like I'm doing now or using it all by itself, it's still the hub for everything. So, and it's super easy to actually learn the basics. I know there's a million things in here. I know 5 of them, but they're the only 5 I need to know right now. I keep watching videos from people who know all the shit and, pardon me, the stuff. And every single time I pick up one thing that I don't do, that I realize, oh, I could do that. Just one thing at a time. That's all it is.
I love the instructional videos too, but my biggest problem with them is many of them are being described by, first off, people that are talking so fast you can't keep up with what they're trying to explain, and they're using some terminologies that I'm not familiar with, and or they have an accent and I can't understand what I'm saying.
Well, that's where I was thinking that, like, what I do and what I'm interested in doing is showing what I've chosen to the coin world, to my friends, to the people who, are in my circle, and letting them pick through that, not putting myself out to say, I know all the things and these are the things to do and they're the best things, just to say, I've looked through a lot of the things. These are the things I've picked out so far. I've changed my mind on occasion and left certain softwares behind and went forward with others. And this is the way I do what I do right now. If you like it, if you think it looks cool to be able to do this and that, like this opening thing, I made this completely differently only about a week ago. It was a different process that I used. Then I learned a new process and I made this myself with all the moving words and all of that. And now this is so super easy for me. It's always ready. I click on the button and this thing comes up with the video, with the moving words, all of it. So I went weeks without having something like this. It looked like something like this, but it wasn't this. It was way harder to make. And if I had realized on day one, I would have done it this way, but I'm just learning as I go too. I wish we were all close enough that we could get together and actually do some of this stuff. That's the drag. That firstly, there are many miles in between of us for the most part, and otherwise we can't really even get together anyway because of things and stuff.
Things and stuff. I rented a vehicle to go down to Red Deer that had BC plates, and I had people giving me the finger and waving freaking masks at me. But wait a minute, I'm from Alberta. It's just a rental, man.
Well, they don't know. It's like, stay out of our little town. We don't need you.
Oh, I'll be glad when it's over. But yeah, well, you and I are close enough where we going to BC, or are you coming to Alberta? I mean, we're close.
That could happen. In fact, once that, Edmonton, I know like the back of my hand, right? I'm willing to visit Edmonton, and once you guys do the big coin show again, I think I'm going to want to see that.
Oh, that'll be in November.
That's not motorcycle weather.
Well, that's true. What just happened? We got puppy dog.
Uh-oh.
Did we lose him? What? Puff the magic dime bag.
Lived on some weed.
Yeah,
I frolicked in his backyard garden. A land called BC. Sorry.
True. I only use the gummies.
I only use concentrates. I only use like an e-nail and concentrates. I'm not really interested in flour.
No, but...
Oh dear.
See in here, there's if I go into the see it all mode again, then like up here, I have that's the control software. I can go into what they call studio mode, where it shows me one screen that's getting ready and the other screen that is already out there. So then I can prepare the screen that's getting ready with something other than what you're seeing and migrate it over when I want it to go. I just execute the transition all off my little pad and it's just so cool.
That is awesome. Well, hopefully we'll get to the point where we can, do a well, not just the live stream, but actually do the videos so that they're a little bit higher quality. I mean, I've even had issues. Well, when I'm building a video, what's the sequence of things that should I put in there first? Should it be the video portion, and then slap in the background music if I want it. Second and third, if I have pick and pick, I guess that's the right term, where you want to put a picture in to highlight a certain item. Should that be third? Because sometimes I find they jump over and it all screws up, and you've got to redo it all over again.
Got a new person in the chat, Canada's Coin. You probably know them, but they're new to me. Hi, Canada's Coins.
Hey.
Oh, I know Canada's Coins. Hey.
I knew you'd know them. They're not sub to me, though. Sub to me, damn it. Sweet. Canada's Coins, hello. Hey, I got a Canadian $100 face value 1977 Jubilee gold coin up on the block for a couple of grand. Anybody want one? Well, it's worth that. Is it not? Is it not gold? Is it not worth that? Am I joking? Yeah. Like I get that it's a chuckle, but I would like to sell it, and I think it's worth $2,000, isn't it? Or is gold not worth? It's worth a lot of money until the moment you want to sell it, and then it's not worth dick anymore.
Oh, not at all. Actually, long term, if you hold on to it, you'll probably double up.
Oh, probably, but I want a motorcycle.
And I want it now.
Well, this is it, eh? I mean, honestly, it's part of my inheritance. I don't have a bunch of gold coins, and I'm getting old, and I want to ride before I die. So, yeah, I would trade this. I thought about it for weeks now, and I would trade this coin and additional money for an appropriate motorcycle so I could ride.
Very cool. Well, I hope it happens, my man.
Me too.
Yeah, I had to. I was hoping to get mine, like I said, but the training wheels were too expensive.
Well, never mind that. We'll just get yourself one of the other ones. You know what I'm talking about. The Rotax with the Bombardier, the Spider. Get a Spider. They're wicked.
They're expensive too.
Yeah, but now you can get
my issue is
by now.
Because of the back injury I have, I can't throw my leg over the bike. So as a few of my friends, I'm with the UN NATO vets here so I'm actually packed. I have my own vest and everything. Looks really cool, though I can't ride a bike. So I'm the supply vehicle for these guys. So I drive the van and
cool.
I'll be for them, but it's not the same. So one of the guys says, "Well, why don't you get yourself a Vespa?" Vespa? How the hell am I going to keep up with you guys?
Beep beep.
Actually, there was one motorcycle. I'm trying to remember who's the maker. It's one of the Honda. It's like a current name, but it was a $600cc scooter. So it had the low step through, but it had a 600cc motor.
That would be weird.
Mm-hmm. That sounds scary.
It does sound scary. It's like riding a skateboard at freaking 80 miles an hour.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was still, like I said, made by a major manufacturer. It wasn't some junky thing.
Yeah.
I was a guy at work. He was a little bit disabled too, and he really liked it. Like, whatever keeps you riding, right?
For sure.
Is that what it is?
All right, boys. Sorry, I gotta get going. I'm gonna jump back in the chat though. I got the little ones upstairs. I gotta trade with the missus for a bit.
Well, it was a pleasure there, Coin Junkie. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and I hope to hopefully jump on again.
That's Coin Junkie? Coin Junkie AG?
Yes, the mysterious Coin Junk AG.
Okay, cool. Good to know who we're yakking towards.
Yeah, we're all Canadians on here tonight. Holy crap.
Very cool.
Le club
Awesome,
de
guys.
hockey.
Take
Except
care.
for Muscle Shell. I don't know if he's still here or not. But okay. Take care.
How did I get backstaged?
I don't know. You're back online there.
I'm in the show.
Yep.
Come and see the show. Come and see the show. Come and see the show. Yeah, no, I'd like to get to the point where I could do production for other people's shows. Like, honestly, you and me could do it because Nick and George are kind of tied at the hips. But
Yeah.
what I would like to do is not only do a show together, but literally share the login so that both of us are hosts of the show, so that putting things up, bringing in things, the power of like me bringing in the duck race, all of that is like at both of our fingertips. And that's easily done. All you have to do is share your login for the StreamYards, and whoever logs in using the host login gets all the host controls. So the trick is knowing that you're not going to get screwed by that person. That's all that they'll tell you over at StreamYards, right? Don't give out the code unless it's a trusted individual.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'd be willing to do that though with you. I mean, we're close enough, and
I got no.
we're the Western leg.
Yeah, that's kind of how I see it too, and I'm invested in all our successes. Truly,
Yeah.
Want to see us all do well. There's nothing in it for me. This is way too tight of a resource. If you get messed up, like Mama T puts out a word out on you immediately. If there needs to be a call out video, you can count on this group to take no time to make it known to everyone if something wasn't received that should have been, or wasn't right and wasn't made right after you tried a million times. John Chum in the room.
Yeah, I see that.
Hey, John, come on up if you feel like it. Links in the recently in the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was pretty happy with getting enough and getting the rubber bands to hold this other microphone on this other stand, because this is the fancy stand for the fancy mic, and I don't have like interchangeable everything. Everything I put together is with a little bit of this and that and the other. And I thought, well, how am I going to get the regular microphone properly mounted? And I thought, well, rubber bands. It works.
We got Dale from Coin World UK on.
Dale, he's the runner. He's the captain of the ship, brother.
You bloody well right.
You do a beautiful job of working with Dale on Dale's show.
Oh, we have a lot of fun.
I'd love to be helpful in that show to run draws or any of that kind of stuff. That's fun stuff.
Run, dime bag, run, run.
I've got my cheat sheet ready for when we pick up again. Hopefully I haven't missed out and that I'm still up to date.
Yeah. I hope I every once in a while, well, like today, I'll be looking for my sheet. Where did I put that damn thing?
There it is. I'm not kidding. My code is, well, it's a top and a bottom, but I don't draw the lines. And when you say a number, I write it. So I would write E5, and if I circle it, it was just a pin. If I make check marks around it, it was a hit. And if I put lots of check marks around it, it was something special, like a double or something like that. But that's my current sheet. Hopefully
Awesome.
I didn't miss a day. I don't know. While I'm there, I try to fill it out.
Well, you get better, Dale. I mean, we don't want you feeling ill, especially tomorrow. We want you back in your spry, happy self.
What are you doing in bed with this thing on? You got to be pissing off the wife. Hi, wife.
It's got to be bloody late over there. It's what, 6?
I would think.
Probably 4 in the morning or something.
There. I'm going to show off the regular microphone here. Nothing special going on. Regular microphone. Actually, people don't realize these sound just as good as I watch so many channels that review microphones for podcasting or streaming, and I'm like, these are all good enough. Why does anybody worry about this? That one that you got on eBay for $30, the newer one that came with the arm, you know what? If you talk into it and I can hear you, then that's good enough. Get started on something else.
I'm just using the built-in mic right on my computer here, but I did invest in, well, the ring lights, and they came with a microphone, and that's kind of cool, but I haven't figured them out yet.
If you can plug a microphone into the side computer and run it inside your shirt and clip it to your black hoodie there, no one would see it, and you would sound like busters. You get a little omnidirectional microphone clipped right there. You could not see it in this shot. It would be unseeable, and it would sound awesome. And there he goes. Bum, 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 bum. Boom, 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 boom. He's working in the coal mine, going down, down. Working in the coal mine, I will not slip down. Working in the coal mine, going down, down. Working in the coal mine, I will not slip down. Working in the coal mine. Dale said it's 1:30. It's 1:30 in the good side, yeah. Other side of the pond. Now, is it the right plug that will plug into the side of your computer? It's going to like that plug?
I believe it is, but we'll soon find out.
We'll find out. I wonder if it'll pick it up and swap right over.
Sure is friggin' long enough.
Well, extensions are pretty cheap, but you cannot see it. You have a little bit of room ambience from the fact that the microphone is that far away from you. That is totally tolerable, but you can hear it's a room mic.
Right.
But you'll get rid of that with this, because your voice will be so much more powerful. The automatic reduction will happen in the volume, and the automatic gain reduction built into StreamYards, and that'll be it. Steeler Stacker in the house. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. It's Steeler Stacker. And he's going to stack some steel for you. And it'll be silver here or two. Oh, there's the hats. He's the hat man. Oh, the hat man.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
I hear you. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Well,
not sure where I'm hearing you from yet. I don't think it's that mic. I'm not hearing your fingers on it. No, you should be able to tap it or fondle it with your fingers, and it would be like loud to us. I'm not hearing anything at all. So it's not, if you're fondling the mic, it's not coming, no sounds coming from that. Not from that right now. Because you're the scat man. Beep bop scoop boop boppity bop boop bop boop 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 scoop boop scabbity beep bop dope dope. Skip it did do down did bend the bomb. No audio from that, none whatsoever. Nothing from the mic yet. Nothing from the mic yet. Nothing from the mic yet. No. I will go happiness if you have sound from the mic, which we do not yet. No. You might have to go to the control panel and tell it you want to use that microphone. Maybe, I'm not sure, but not yet. No sound yet. No sound. No sound. I want to get some sound from your microphone. I want to hear it make some sound alone. I want to hear the sound of the saxophone. But you, I'm gone, you have saxophone. I don't hear your voice yet. I'm waiting on it. You can bet you're going to speak up, but just not yet. Boom, 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 boom. Relocating right now. Might join the call. Good. Well, hopefully you will. He's made a catalog of videos. He did not miss a day of updating. No. Waiting for that microphone to go, but it's not going yet. No. No. Did you unplug it? Because we don't got we even got some sound. Did it mute by mistake? How? Because you're striking me like you're muted, but I don't see them. No, heard you. Something there.
10-4.
Yep. 10-4, 10-4.
But it doesn't give me the option for an external mic. It just says all of
Others.
them are built in.
Oh, did you look into like the StreamYard setup?
That's what I'm in.
Okay.
That's interesting. Okay. No, shows camera, audio, default internal microphone built in, internal microphone built in, and WebEx media audio device virtual. And nothing else. Interesting.
Very, very interesting. Well,
I won't.
I was more of a Mac guy and I could guide you better, but Mac is a little bit foreign for me, unfortunately.
Mac is not my forte. I only got Mac because I got lazy. I used to build the bloody freaking computers at one time, but of course that's back in Unix and DOS days. But
that's easier now, honestly. A lot of things that were not on the motherboard that we had to deal with, like disk controllers and stuff like that, that's all on board now. Audio's on board, disk controllers on board. It's just really what do you got to choose? You got to choose how much and how fast your memory is going to be, what processor you're going to stick on there, and whether you're going with this or that video card. Pretty much, Bluetooth, you might just get that on board the motherboard because it's on a lot of motherboards. But of course, it's addable with a PCI card. And what else do you need? Not much. There's not much Wi-Fi. You can add that with a $20 PCI plug-in card, or it's on your motherboard. That's another thing that's on the higher end. I like to spend around between 100 and 150 on a motherboard. I don't like to spend $600 on a motherboard and watch all that crap fail one day and you don't got, I'd rather have a bunch of cards I could pluck off of there after and say, well, I got a Bluetooth card and I got a Wi-Fi card and I got a, another video card and things you can reuse. If it's all built onto the motherboard, when that thing's shot, then so is all that, functionality. It's like people who have these beautiful Apple devices or even the Facebook portal. If you buy the 15-inch Facebook portal, it's got a beautiful 15-inch rotating screen. It works awesome and gives HD picture. And then the day it stops and it doesn't turn on anymore, you're staring at this great big HD screen that used to be beautiful and you can't use it for anything. You can't make it a computer monitor. You can't do anything but recycle it. That's got to feel shitty. I would think.
Yeah, I would think so too.
And there's like no repair of them. If it fails under warranty, it's replaced. There's no repair of them at all. Those that come back, they're not. I mean, there may be some refurbishment near the end of their life cycle. Maybe they look at all the ones that have come back and, break them open and put some parts together and send out some refurbs. But, that's only at the very end of a life cycle does a company put together refurbs. And then that's it. After the refurbs are gone, you're done. There are no more of those.
Yep.
Oh, well. It's a disposable world,
I think my wife thinks about that a lot. No. Oh, dear. So anything new?
Well, no, not so much. Got the shot.
Got your first one?
Yeah, got the first one. Felt not so great about 24 hours afterwards, but it was basically just fine. No real big deal. But yeah, I would say 24 hours after it wasn't so great. Let me move this around a little bit. Show you what kind of magic can be done. Make that much bigger. We'll show off some of the coins that are sitting there. Just crop that right out of there. And make the whole thing that much bigger. There. That's just one of many, right? You can see the control surface now. I hit the opening button, you see that. I hit the see it all button, you see it all. I hit the next button over called me, and you see me. I hit the next button over called overhead. You get the overhead shot. I have one I call Clash when I'm showing off Clash of Clans. It comes up. I got one I call Ducks when I've got Duck Race on and I want to be here in the corner while the Duck Race is running.
Oh,
I
isn't
have
that
one.
convenient?
I have one for the coin cam when it's set up to focus, close focus on coins, which is not running this very moment, so doesn't come up. But all the other ones, they come up with the touch of the tablet. You can't beat that. I mean, this kind of thing is
Really nice. Really nice. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Dale. Dale's, I don't know if you're aware of it, Dale's been working on his own Porsche and he's got a hallmark done up and
nice.
it's
One thing I
some of
did
the
know
work
is
is
that in the UK, they're much tighter with that kind of stuff. You need that hallmark and you need the assayer to give it the stamp and all of that. So it's much more official over there. Very cool. Very cool. Everything is great. And your hallmark is on your silver to get it back. Yeah, no deal. And can't wait to get some of it over here with your mark on it.
I would love to get something like that, to do something like that here, but I'd probably burn my damn garage down.
Everybody over here, they're not going through those steps, though. They don't have to take it to the assayer. They don't have to have the double mark
the color
on it.
wheel going on here.
The wheel of color. I did this the other day, and I said, come for the fun, stay for the horrible addiction. And underneath where you can't see it right now, it's the little words. It says, no actual addictions will be formed during the show, promise, unless you really want one. I'm trying to stay honest here. Oh, they laser it in at the assay office. That's cool because, I mean, I guess in the past they would have had to stamp it as well, right?
Are we frozen? I think we're frozen.
I'm not frozen. I see me. Do you see you?
Oh. Are we back? We're freezing up here.
Well, that's no problem. Even if you have to restart your computer, since I'm here, you got 10 minutes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Even if no one was here, StreamYards will keep the stream up for about 10 minutes to give you a chance to restart your computer and get back in. After that, it will end, but you do have about 10 minutes time anytime something goes wrong.
I'm going to do a reset real quick here.
Yeah, no problem. We will be here. You can do magic. Rainy day here in British Columbia. We had a couple of days of sunshine and we were running the air conditioner to keep it right to that temperature I like, about 20, 21 Celsius, 19.5, 20, 20.5, right in there. Don't like it to be any hotter or colder. What a pussy, eh? I got it down to the half degree. But yeah, it's been pretty good lately. Look at the camera. See, this is what I say. You've got to address the camera. So if you can keep the microphone out of your face a little bit and look straight into the camera and say, hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is Dimebag Darren, world headquarters in the corner of my living room with the Ukrainian flag and the 1957 calendar from hockey and assorted guitars I can't play. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. And I share technology with people. And I vacuum with my vacuum. I don't usually have my vacuum blocking my Canadian flag, but there it is. What else? What else? You can't see too much else in the picture. Oh, you know what? I was going to make a video tonight. I was actually getting ready to go live later. And so I will mention it now, but I'm still going to go live later and do my video because you got to make content every now and then. And so I will be making content later. Yeah, video will go up. I will make it live like I like to do. I do not like to do a lot of editing and I do not like to do a lot of preparation. I like to just wing it like a good Frenchman will. I just take it out and I wing it and we'll see where that chips there will fall. Yeah. Canada Coins, if you're backstage, that's great. We'll get you up as soon as he's back because he's the only host right now. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. if you double up in the hosts and the other host can log on, I could still run the whole show too. But I'm not a double host right now, so I cannot run the show right now. Do you know what that means? I'm not capable of running the show right now. It is a very good show, and I cannot control it. It is not going off the rails. It is staying right on the rails where we put it. But it could go off the rails anytime. Crazy, crazy, crazy here. We're not. We are. We're not. We could be. We definitely have more than one. What do they call those? Shh, shh. Don't tell them. Bum 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 ba da da dum. Bum 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 ba da ba da bum. It's Apple Magic time with your host, Johnny Appleton. Hi, everybody. I'm Johnny Appleton. Thanks for tuning into the Apple Show. We're going to show you some great technology from Apple, along with some stuff that's going to keep you off the air if you're using Apple equipment. Now, right now we would have two people on, but no, we don't have that because of Apple. Yeah, you want to start with Apple and basically stop right there. Because if you're going to start with Apple, you're going to run into problems. You know what I'm saying? You know, Bill Gates is not involved with Apple anymore. They've gotten rid of Intel and Microsoft and all that. And since Microsoft's not involved, well, there's going to be some black choppers in the air, and there could be a chip in the vaccine. You don't know. You don't know. We all know the truth, though. That's right. So don't worry about that. Just stick with Apple or stay away from them. One of the two, and get the vaccine or don't get the vaccine and get chipped or don't get chipped. One of the two. We all know what's right. The truth is out there. Truth is in here. I know the truth. I'll share it with you. But you don't got to tell anybody about it. We're going to share it here in this forum together. Everybody's going to know the truth here. We'll all know what's going on, but they're not going to share with other people, okay? It's going to be one of those things where you got to be in the know to know. And you guys are going to know, and we're going to know, and I'm going to know, but no one else is going to know. Oh, my God. No Apple Power yet? Boy, your 10 minutes is going to run out. Excuse me, sir. Oh. Oh, yeah, I can turn that on and off. I forgot about that. I can't turn the audio off from here, though, because I'm not capturing the audio from here. Wah, 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 wah. I could, though, couldn't I? I could play with that. Okay. Let's play with that. See what happens. I'm not sure what the color wheel is. Okay. Okay, Joe. Okay. Okay. Unhide all. I don't want to unhide all. mic desktop capture device. Okay, what if I want to see that one? If I want to unhide it, can I? It looks like an active source to me. Video capture device. Ah, there we go. Show anything? Don't see any audio. Got to turn that right up. Video capture device active. Check two, check one, check two. Oh, okay. But it's not picking up any audio. No, it's not. Hmm. I'm just doing things off the top of my head. Thank God my head is not pointy, otherwise it wouldn't be very much up top of my head. But since it's flat, there's room for all kinds of stuff. So off the top of my head. That's why I would like to be part of somebody's show. We could be sidekicks, we could. Or I could be the color guy. Mm-mm-mm. Pardon me. I'm playing with the volumes, or I would have muted myself there. Video capture device. Sound. Okay. I can turn it on, but I would like to be able to turn the microphone on. That would be cool. Video capture device. Audio capture audio only. Output desktop audio. Output. What if I was to click on one of these? Now do I get audio? Check one, check two. Nope, no audio. Blinking toffee apples. What about toffee apples? Is there some problem with toffee apples? They sound good, but I don't like them in my teeth. I don't. They're bloody no good at all. Advanced audio properties. It feels like they should be working. Since you're playing with your computer, I figured I'd play with mine. Mm. Audio. Yeah, maybe I'd reboot it and it would work. I don't know. Trying to see if I can pick up the audio from my webcam. And you would think I could. It makes perfect sense that I should be able to. And yet, nothing. Video capture device. Audio. Properties. Check one, check two. Nope, nothing. You're back.
I'm on my phone.
All right.
This
Oh,
is what I'm
bloody
looking
hell.
at.
Oh my. Well, you're back. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
And I
Now
said,
you
oh well.
see, if you and I had done what I was talking about in terms of being double hosts, changed the screen, put up other quotes, and I think we have somebody in the back. We had somebody in the back. Canada Coins was there. They were in the back.
Right.
I couldn't bring them up. Can you bring them up if they're still there?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, there we go. Beauty. That's a beauty
Awesome.
penny.
Welcome,
Isn't that
welcome.
reissue penny? Super valuable reissue penny. Made in gold or whatever it is. Because that's beautiful. The 36 dot. They made the 36 dot in gold to tease us all.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, bloody teaser. I saw it and I thought, what the hell am I looking at? It took me a little bit to figure out what it was I was actually looking at. And then when I realized what it was, I'm like, yeah, the spot in my book I will never fill, you bastards. I don't even know why that's a spot in the book. They know there's only 4 of them, so why?
I don't know.
It's just to make sure that you can never, ever solve the book.
That's right. That's right.
I was trying to get my camera's audio up, but I wasn't able to do it. I don't know why. There's a nice little combo pack.
Isn't that sweet? That's my treat for myself this week.
This week. Nice.
Yeah. I like the 4 effigies of the Queen on there, the way they did for the it's one of those ones like they did with the US and Canadian set. Well, this is the British and the Canadian one for the Queen for her 95th.
Oh, okay. The stuff you learn when you play with things.
What is that?
Oh, I'm just toying with that software on the tablet, and there was a bunch of stuff to turn off, so I turned it all off, and I was watching the screen to see if it made any difference. And as soon as I stopped and looked up, I realized that it had taken all the little buttons away. So what I was on like a setup screen that was going to determine how many little buttons would be present on the unit. Like right now you can see there's just a sort of row at the top plus this one below, but I went to this and these were all on, and with those all on I get a whole tablet full of buttons. But there's a bunch of buttons here I don't use, and they're the audio buttons because I don't route my audio through this. So if I go over here and switch off audio sources and then go back, I got a lot less crap on the screen, and their buttons that I don't use are gone. I've got the start streaming, start recording, and start replay buffer buttons. They are replay button status. I think that if I get rid of that gets rid of the one of them. Start recording, start streaming. So I could hit actually the start streaming button and I would go live like right now just with hitting that button. I did a thing the other day, actually. I got another channel nobody knows about that I was toying with.
That wasn't the exercise one, was it?
Hell no. There's only one exercising I do. I do it in a swimming pool. And if y'all want to see me half naked in a swimming pool, I'll bring you along. But
yeah,
that's
you know
the
what?
only
You're
exercise
not
I
alone.
do.
With our body shapes, Speedos just don't go.
No. In fact, I'll tell you this right now. You'll find this odd. You'll get a laugh out of it. I don't really care because, I'm self-deprecating. I go to the swimming pool and I wear swimming trunks, but I also wear suspenders. My wife needs me. I'll be back.
Yeah. Well, we're pretty quiet there. Canada's Coins, are you there? Oh my goodness gracious. I cannot believe this. There we go again. I seem to be stuck in a loop. Wow. I might have to cut the stream a little short tonight. Figure out what's going on with my main computer so I do a diagnostic. I actually did do a hard reset.
I'm in charge of getting the ham out of the oven, you know.
Oh, that sounds rather uplifting.
What's that, ham in the oven?
God, I woke up late. It must have been about 11:30 when I got up today. That was a toughie. Friggin' did some running around, went to West Ed, then ended up grabbing myself a quarter pounder with cheese and fries and a chocolate shake. That's great for the waistline.
Oh, I know, and it tastes like I was bad when I would end up at McDonald's 3 times a week because I'd have a couple bucks in pocket and I'd be driving by. But ever since I've gone to immobile, thanks to the situation, I haven't been to a McDonald's and I don't even know how long. I haven't eaten the McDonald's something or other and I don't even know how long. People have brought me a little bit of Tim Hortons stuff every now and then. Not the coffee because I don't care for it, but the odd donut or different wrap from there, which I quite enjoy. But there's not a lot of eating out. Mind you, we did find a good pizza place. Yes, please. We tried out a couple of local pizza places and decided one of them was quite good. And it was one we didn't know about. The son found it and we tried it.
I've come to the realization that there's not a single pizza place I've ever eaten at, except in Montreal, that I really thoroughly enjoyed more than my own. I make very good pizzas. In fact, my kids insist I make the pizzas for all their birthdays and stuff.
George's Pizza, just off of Spiller Road behind the Saddle Dome, was my number one pizza place. Everybody I know, well, not everybody I know, other people I know swear by Pizza 222. And I'm like, yeah, maybe, I don't know. And there was Canadian Pizza Unlimited that's still there in Edmonton, where you go in and you pay one price and they put whatever the hell you want on the pizza. There's that place. But I've always I was always fond of George's, but George was a small outfit and, you can change owners and then that can change everything. But back in the day, that's where I would want to be. Little George's Pizza, just off of Spiller Road, just to the one side of the Saddle Dome. That's where we went. That wasn't Edmonton though. That was Calgary. Pardon me.
Right.
Now that I recall.
Yeah, try to get some sleep, Dale. Got a long day ahead of you tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Report. I love this. Oh my goodness, a page full of code that I have no clue what it means. Send it off.
When I lived in Alberta, it was 6 months in Calgary, just like I say, just off of Spiller Road, close to the Saddle Dome. And then I lived 3 years in Edmonton.
Yeah, I started off in Calgary as well. And I was with the Patricias down there. And then I ended up coming up to Edmonton and changed trades. I actually mustered to supply. And I spent the rest of my career here at Edmonton, retiring here. I love Calgary. I really do, because of especially the closeness to the mountains and whatnot. And I love some of the restaurants they have down there. I mean, Smuggler's Inn bar none. in one of the
Oh
places.
yes, oh yes. If we ever get there, we'll go there together.
Oh.
It's friends and family cut, man. Oh yeah, I've had it. I've had it.
It
You
is
know I have.
amazing.
You hear me lighting up. Remember I went for steak at Smugglers in Calgary?
Yeah.
We're talking about Smugglers. That place was just incredible.
I've never seen anything quite like it. It puts a lot of these other steak places to shame.
Yeah. Yeah, you paid for it, but it was well worth every penny. I'd do it
yeah.
again in a moment. A moment.
By the time you finish up there, you're ready to go into a food coma. It's just freaking amazing.
Yep. Thank God it was all protein. I got the steak. I got the big steak, and it was all by itself on the plate, which you don't realize, but rightly so. Rightly so. Owners and friends cut is the cut that I ordered. Because I knew I wasn't going to be there like 10 times, right? That was going to be a one-timer, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I lived very close to that restaurant. The old cemetery that's sort of just right close to there, I lived sort of off of there.
What's that called? Beechwood or something? It's
not sure the name of it anymore. But
yeah. I just love Calgary, though. I mean, I would go to the Military Family Resource Center. I can still do that and get the free tickets to go up to the top of the Husky Tower. We go there for a nice meal as well.
One time when I lived, while I was still working, we were working right downtown Calgary there, and I was working for a paging company with pagers, right, and answering service, and so one guy I was working with, his wife, their family was oil, and he had the tickets to go to the Saddle Dome for New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, and it was always versus the Canadians. They've scheduled it every year to be the New Year's Eve game was always versus the Canadians. It was like a tradition. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I got to see. I got to see Edmonton versus the Canadians on New Year's Eve or whatever night it was. I think it was New Year's. I recall New Year's for some reason. Whatever it was the same night every year. It was right around Christmas or New Year's. Maybe it wasn't New Year's. I could be wrong there. They do it every year or had done it every year, same date every year, always with Montreal. And these were like oil people's seats that nobody wanted to go. I'll go.
Can't complain about that.
I haven't been to that many NHL games. They're expensive.
Yeah. No, actually, the last NHL game I went to was in 2018. It was Calgary Flames versus the Vegas Knights in Las Vegas. Man, do they ever know how to put on a game. Oh, the shows and stuff in the arena. I mean, we're talking it's like watching the Rockettes clean the ice. We got friggin' all kinds of bloody special effects and balloons and you name it. It was most fun I've ever had at a hockey game.
Well, maybe we'll learn and start putting some of that good stuff into our hockey when we get a chance. I can't
I hope
deal
so.
with the hockey that we got now. It doesn't do anything for me at all.
I mean, Edmonton's built that brand new arena, the Rogers Arena here. It's gorgeous. It's huge. But really, I've been there once. I was actually working for the Legion, selling poppies or some bloody thing. Freaking amazing facility, but it's just it's boring. It's like, okay, yeah, get up into the Blues. It costs you $150. Like, what? You know, geez, I miss the days when you go to a hockey. Actually, the Commissionaires used to give they had season tickets, and every year I used to take my boys to the Oilers games, and it didn't cost me anything. They were up in the blue sections, but big deal. They're so expensive now. You're lucky if you can go once a season, one time during the season.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a rich man's game, that's for sure. So here's something else I didn't mention that's part and parcel of some of this technology I get to play with. The Droid Cam OBS. Now, let me start by saying Droid Cam. There are a couple of different flavors. If you're using Streamlabs and no OBS, there's Droid Cam and you just use it. It's called Droid Cam. And it works really good with StreamYards like what you're using right now. If you want to use OBS, there is a flavor of DroidCam called DroidCam OBS, made for using in OBS only. That's the one you want. And truthfully, what you do want is you want to get used to OBS and you want to grab DroidCam OBS if you have any Android to make into cell phones or into webcams. If you have iPhone devices, there's a software for that too. I just don't know what it is. But that being said, when you use DroidCam OBS, not only does it let you use these old Android devices, and they don't have to be old, but any Android devices, even my tablet, my LG G4 tablet, I used it worked just fine. So it's quite flexible. But one of the other things is I open my browser, my Google Chrome browser on my computer that I'm using here, and the overhead camera is, I'm just trying to see what it is here. I'm looking at it now. Droid Cam OBS. All right, I need to double check it. It comes in on an IP address. So if you open that IP address in the browser,
Yeah.
it gives you a full remote control for it. Like right now, that camera that's overhead, it's 6 feet over me, but I can zoom in. I can't swing it, pan and tilt, unfortunately, but I can do stuff like affect the focus, like turn the autofocus on and have it focus up. I can affect the white balance and change different things about that. I can stop it
That's pretty cool.
just to have the some kind of remote control, like this one being overhead like that. If I wanted to get it, like if I really wanted to make use of it, I would say, okay, let's just, as I scroll in here, I'm getting off the picture of the game that I have. Maybe I want that. So I just make a quick adjustment in the framing here. Squeeze this side in. It's got a horrible glare on it, of course. And this framing is really easy to do. It's just like drag and drop, and it's whether you hold the Alt key or not. If you do hold the Alt key, you can adjust and crop the way I am now. And once I crop it right into the picture, I'm going to put it in the corner. And now I'm not going to hold the Alt key, and I'm going to drag it out, and it just gets bigger. So now I realize this is a horrible picture because it's like from way above, and it's
Right.
on.
Right.
I have another way of showing this, but that just shows you how, like, the power of it. And all I learned for that, to do that, is like when you go to the corner of something. Now, let me see if I just flip over to use the other tool here, bring it back up, go back to see it all. Okay.
That's a marvelous setup. My God. Yeah, I would love to sit down with you and go through everything.
A little bit so you can see the top, so you can see what I'm looking at here.
Mm-hmm.
Grab it by the corner and shrink. It's on that top monitor where I'm manipulating the one below is the StreamYards that you and I are on. And what happens is everything you do in OBS, you click on this thing called Start Virtual Camera. And so the output of OBS becomes just the same as the output of a single webcam. And you can do anything you want with that single webcam. I can crop and...
That's pretty cool.
And then I can make that bigger. It's the beauty of two things, where you can make the picture a picture of what you want it to be, and then the fact that you can make it bigger or smaller. I mean, You get on the spot and then press down the Alt key. Now you're cropping, and it stays green until it runs out, and then it's red. So same with the bottom. It's red. That means it's pulled down all the way. I won't be able to pull it any farther, but the top is green. So I put the marker on there. I hold down the Alt key. I'm cropping. Now I want more pictures, so I'll grab the corner, but I won't hold the Alt key. And now I'm shrinking. I'm not cropping. I'm making the whole picture smaller. So now I'm going to grab the top. I'm going to hit the Alt key, and now I'm changing the crop again. I'm extending it and go all the way to the red, but I don't want to show all that. I just want to show to the top of the monitor. So I put it there.
Mm-hmm.
Now I put this in the corner, and then make it fill up the picture. Yeah, and this is all, and it's super easy. It's like AutoCAD. There's so many things you can do when you've learned the first 5 instructions of AutoCAD. The other stuff makes you learn after, and you realize, oh, there's easier ways, but you can get everything you want to get done once you've learned these first 5 commands in AutoCAD. And that's kind of what this is. 5 or 6 things learned, and you're doing everything that I'm doing. No problem at all. And after that, it just becomes what you need to get done. Like, say you want to make a title page with flowing graphics. Well, then you watch a video that covers that, and next thing you know, you can do that. But it's a different thing that you've never used before that's already built into this. You just, oh, that thing, is that how that works? Right on, and away you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
It is. Darren, I'm going to cut her short now. I'm going to do a quick raid to Can Collectibles, and then head off and make some dinner.
Let's raid Chris and give him hell. And I have a mail caller that I'm not going to mention who, but I'm going to do a live video that we'll call video at sometime tonight.
Oh, excellent. I'll be looking forward to that one.
Yep.
And thanks for coming up, buddy.
Well, I'm a stream whore when you get right down to it, and that's what I call myself. I'm happy to help, and I want to be on, and all that good stuff. So you invite me up, the chances are I'm coming if I can.
All right, and thanks for everybody that came out and chatted with us, and we're off to Can Collectibles for a raid. So
we need to pop up the link.
Yeah, if you want to, sure.
I'm just finding my way there right now. I'll grab the link here.
My lovely computer is just starting to show life again.
That being said, let's not burden it with anything difficult.
No.
Oh, right. I have to do it this way. There goes my doggies. Somebody moved.
My dog does the same for the front.
My dog and my brother-in-law don't get along. The dog treats him. He's nothing but nice to the dog, but the dog always has a hate on for him. It's like 24/7. But the dog is a Chihuahua, and as you know, Chihuahuas are half tension, half hate.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? Anyways, I got that posted up there. Did I not? Did it go? What the hell?
Not seeing it yet.
No. What? Wait.
I think most of us got it.
But no, I'm not. I'm not a mod. That's why I'm a dummy. I'm not a mod.
It's only a couple of us on here anyway.
Yeah, so we all know where Can is. Can Collectibles.
Let's go get them. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Woo-hoo. All right. The dog says yes.